All right, here we go.
This is Ubisoft.
This is Ubisoft.
Explore our worlds.
Meet the devs.
So what are you guys hoping to see?
Join us.
I want some of that Gods and Monsters or whatever. I need to see some gameplay of that.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed.
Roller Champs,
Today's show
Gods
is
and
all about
Siege.
getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Some watchdogs. What is this again? Legion?
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people.
A new
as
IP would be
originally
dope.
believed, but the work of an individual. The criminal suspected to have links with the terrorist group DedSec is marked as potentially dangerous. Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out, because I was not a foreigner. Then, they came for the protesters, and I did not speak out, because I was not a protester. Then they came for the journalists, and I did not speak out, because I was not a journalist. And then they came for street artists, but I did not speak out, because I am not a street artist.
Yeah, this trailer does look cool. I like this style a lot.
That eventually, they'd come for me.
The game is not going to look
There
like
would be
this,
no
though.
one left to speak for me.
Sorry, miss. Jesus! All right, so we're in a total mess now, so let's get the hell out of here.
And there's nothing more debilitating than that. Right. This way, not to be able to do what you're passionate about.
After a long night, London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked. Hundreds of heavily armed Albion...
Well. Welcome to the Resistance. Here's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities advise all residents...
Okay.
I'm Clint Hawking.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
Clint Hawking
what
is
we
a
just saw
fucking
was
like
an amazing short film
psychopath.
by the director
So,
Alberto Mielgo.
he could do some
that,
cool shit.
Was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the
He's
game
basically the
and
reason why
universe
Far
and
Cry 2
characters
is
through
awesome.
His incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Our London town.
Okay, this is actual gameplay.
Built on history and prosperity.
It looks considerably worse than the short
up,
film.
And one night to tear it all down.
Oh my God. Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers.
Oh, that's pretty
With
dark.
the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone can become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes.
Badly.
Yeah, the art style of it is
Let's
weird.
never talk about this again.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
A wrench?
He can even call his own cargo drone. Perfect for gate crashing, when you're not invited. And who needs a regular...
Yeah, nobody's gonna
gun when you
notice
have a
that.
bloody nail
What
gun?
the fuck? How did nobody notice that? Yeah, okay. They did go full Saints Row.
Christ, what is that thing?
Okay.
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert,
What have we here?
a real tech connoisseur.
Hate spiders, but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aims, she fires, she hits.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here. I can get the Defense Minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must. Criminals running our streets, illegals threatening our families, the police commissioner himself, assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
This is too long.
Say hello to
I agree.
Mickey. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
A fighting Irishman? You don't say.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
This is the John Wick of the game.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
Yep, this is the John Wick of the game.
Some might even call him an artist. Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone
It ain't
is
all
a
right.
legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your resistance. It's time to take back London.
Okay. What else we
Plunging the
got?
player into a living, breathing city teeming with unique locales and characters has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict. And we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces that we're assigned to. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. in AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2. And there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London. So no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster.
This feels like Camden, all right, all right.
Talking
In
about
it.
some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about
Oh
it.
my
Like, that feels
God,
so
stop
good as
talking
somebody
about
who,
Legion.
you know,
I
builds
get
these
it.
worlds with care. I love it.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
I'm actually a little surprised they hadn't ported it yet.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Man, I bet when they're building this stuff, it's so fucking cool though. Cause like, I bet like that screenshot or whatever that picture showed, I bet a whole bunch of people in the office like at lunch were just like playing prototypes and stuff of this on mobile with each other. And it's like, you're never gonna have in real life that moment where you're with a bunch of people in the same place playing the same game.
Whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Era of Chaos, huh? It's been a great 7 months. Where have you been, dude? What a tone-deaf statement. Man, the Might and Magic games have changed so much from when I played them.
The target is being held on the ground floor.
Oh, this is an update to that, what the fuck was it called? When I knew it, it was called, like, Project Clancy or something. When it was in alpha. This is the mobile, like, tactics game. With, like, all the Ubisoft characters.
Contact! Moat chain is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I need an EMP deployed now.
EMP imminent.
Get back in your cell! Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
What the hell is this thing called now? Right, Elite Squad. Yeah. For what it's worth, it was fun in
Speaking of Tom Clancy,
Alpha.
It's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
Oh man.
In December 2015,
Look at
a
that.
small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community,
Oh,
propelling it to a
Plane,
whole
come back
new
to me.
level.
Holy shit, is that a really young KG?
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together, we grow stronger.
I still feel like every enemy is that pulse to me. I'm loading a clip into them and they don't die.
Look at this.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu est autant le vôtre.
They have given 81 gift subs in the chat.
Now
Thank you for the
60
gift sub
million
to
players
Ubisoft.
strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
Please tell me there's actual news for Siege.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter.
You son of a
Now,
bitch.
It's time to venture into the hyperscape.
Wait, what was that? A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacity.
A hack in the hyperscape. Yeah, I know, right?
But the
that
people
line.
at Prisma changed everything. They gave everyone a way out. The hyperscape. In the hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone.
Get shot, idiot. Honestly, I think this, like, trailer or whatever looks cooler than the actual game does, though. I don't think the game looks very appealing at all.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape. And we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the hyperscape.
Did I miss a part where this is just
isn't
just a battle royale or
JC's
something?
work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
For me, what's exciting is we started building it from scratch. Seeing it grow, adding ideas is really cool.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia. Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal.
Why does Overwatch build lore? Because it wasn't a fucking shooter.
Special abilities
it started off
with
the lore and being
with
an
hacks,
MMO.
You can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that.
That sounds
so
kind of
players,
annoying.
When this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we are launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
No! Oh my god. I've seen this.
Watch and learn how it's done. Perfecto.
Showtime.
Battle Royale games are kind of fun to play, but fuck if they're like not the most boring thing to just watch people play.
Let's show
Holy
'em
shit.
what I'm made of. Go time.
There's never this much action when you're watching people play a Battle Royale. It's people hiding in a corner, peeking out every now and then and taking pot shots at each other. All right, cool. Next, let's do it.
The digital world of the hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Ana Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. we're very excited to see it in people's hands.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from Xbox. With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
All right, we know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
Was it only announced in April? Holy shit, this year has taken forever.
So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really, really inspiring. When we did our research, we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game.
Wait, separating from the folklore?
To take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game.
Fine, I'll be the one to say it. The only thing cool about the Norse is their mythology and folklore.
Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously, in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper.
Where does this Assassin's Creed thing come in?
Vikings were brutal warriors.
Shields!
And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat. Vikings were not only fighting face-to-face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle.
Is that true?
So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
Were Vikings known to be masters of stealth? Oh, there's the blade.
We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal, to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's rivers by longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
This kind of doesn't look fun. Like, the gameplay itself would be kind of fun, because these games are,
Your crew will
they
assist
play
you in all
fine.
your raids,
But like,
fighting
I don't just want to
battering down
fucking
doors,
take over England.
stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms.
I don't want to just like
Riches and
conquer
resources you pillage
a new
may be used to
land.
develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services.
There's got to be like a
better
weird story
tools,
going
and
on
new settlers.
at some
At the
point.
heart of your settlement is the Alliance map. It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge.
Ooh, that area
Some will
looks cool.
coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to
Man,
their advantage.
the Assassin's Creed
including the
games
bodies of
do
fallen
environmental
warriors.
design so nice,
To face
though.
these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight
God,
to your
the
foes
environments look
with
good.
a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish.
This menu
to
is
unleash a
exactly
deadly
from the other
combination of attacks.
Assassin's Creed games, like Odyssey. So nothing new
Customize
there
your
at all.
Fighting style as you see fit.
Fighting
and
style
become
looks
a
pretty much the
legendary
same.
Viking warrior.
Just a few more things thrown in.
All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including two shields.
Oh my god, shield build. Shield build's kind of dope.
Not all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people. From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify.
Man, the fights in Odyssey with like the legendary animals was one of the best parts.
Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new
But
activities
yeah,
and challenges.
I'm probably gonna
Strengthen
do
yourself
exactly what I did
and
with
your
the other
settlement.
ones and play this just to see the locales.
The more you
'Cause,
explore,
god damn,
the more of
these
England's
environments
secrets
are
you'll reveal.
absolutely beautiful. So much work into the environments.
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will push back. In a series of climactic moments,
Would I recommend
Assassin's
Odyssey?
Creed Valhalla will
Yeah,
feature
it's-
massive assaults
Odyssey's good.
in which
Fun.
you will lead Eivor's army into battle.
You haven't played
against
since
heavily
Black Flag?
guarded
Oh, those
Saxon
games are like
fortresses.
completely different now. Origins and Odyssey and then this are
And tomorrow, we rebuild.
definitely a different feel to them.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise.
Okay,
with
there are
unforgettable
weird
characters,
mythology
thrilling
things
triumphs,
going on then. Good.
and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own.
I'd recommend Origins as well.
Saga.
Yeah, I think people seem to really like Origins and were burnt out by Odyssey. Odyssey's very big. That game is very big. You might even consider just like waiting for this if you want to like play the new one. But basically it's like, do you like the idea
9th
of
century England is truly unlike
like
anything
Spartan
the franchise
warfare,
has seen before.
a Spartan area,
Assassin's Creed
or do you
Valhalla
like the idea
will
of like an
release this
Egyptian
holiday
area?
season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I am proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
This is a very, very cool trailer. Or opening, or whatever you want to call it. Title sequence, I guess, as it said right there. Very, very cool.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes, de los...
It's beautiful, Migo. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe, Diego. Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now. I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. And even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves, they will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong. They will answer you with screams, call you evil, a monster, and give you this. So you tell me, are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. You understand now? Prove it.
All right, I mean, that wasn't gameplay though, so.
And
I
with
did not
that,
delete
we're wrapping up our
Hyperscape, no.
first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape,
Well,
and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
this sucked.
Remember, we'll be
What a
back
waste of time.
later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGeed, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about